Now, in the previous episode, I explained the Four Noble Truths. And to briefly go over, they are 1. Life is suffering. 2. Suffering is caused by craving and aversion. 3. There is a way to liberate from those suffering. And 4. This path is called Eightfold Path. And in order to fully escape oneself from feeling the pain in this world, we must follow the Eightfold Path. So what exactly is the Eightfold Path? And in this episode, we'll be talking about that. My name is Reverend Hirosato Yoshida, and I am a sotozen priest. If this is your first time, thank you for coming by. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. In this little series, I'll be going over our founder, Shakyamuni Buddha's life and his teaching. So they are 1. Right view, 2. Right intention, 3. Right speech, 4. Right action, 5. Right livelihood, 6. Right effort, 7. Right mindfulness, and 8. Right concentration. These are the 8 fundamental things that one should live by in order to fully liberate themselves from the ugliest truth of this world. Life is suffering. And I won't explain each one in detail, maybe the first one or so that we can see the bigger picture. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment below, the section below, and I'll try to answer or make a specific video explaining about that particular one. So if you have any questions, write down there. So let's start. Right view. It is simply being able to see things without any filters. And you're asking, what is filters, right? So when you are dealing with life, we all have opinions about things, whether that be good or bad thoughts. Let's say we really love fish. For those of you who love fish, when you find out that today's dinner is going to be salmon, you'll be excited to go home or to the restaurant, but if you did not like fish, your tension will be down, right? Whether it's fish or not, you're not happy because you are controlled by your own emotion about your likes and dislikes. So this is not seeing the fish in the right view, meaning your opinion is involved and you are not seeing the fish, the salmon in this case, as a salmon, but a filtered emotion or thought of the fish. This is the reason life will be in suffering, because we will see things through our own color glasses and we will always have dislikes, whether it's someone, thing, food, idea, or experience. On the good end of this, it may not be suffering, but as soon as we have to deal with seeing it with the negative side of our view, we start to feel the pain. Thus, if we can prevent ourselves from having to see things like that, we can alleviate the pain altogether, right? So whether or not you like fish or you don't like fish, hearing that today's dinner is fish, you're gonna have a certain emotion. And you're not gonna be able to see the fish as fish, and accept it as a fish. You're gonna be like, what kind of fish? Do I like that fish? Do I like the taste? What kind of flavor is gonna be, right? You're gonna have multiple links of thoughts created with that one single idea of fish. And depending on that, you're not gonna be like, oh, I really don't like fish. I wish today's dinner was steak. That your emotion's gonna be in a pain. But let's think of it the other way. If you like steak and if you like fish, and you don't like steak, and your wife or your husband says, okay, or your mom or dad says, today's dinner is steak, and you'll be like, no, right? I want to eat fish, right? you're not seeing the food as a food. You're already having your emotion attached to that food. And that's what I call or mean by the color filters that we have in life. And we're not seeing the view, we're not having the right view. Now, the next one is right intention. Is the act of doing things for the better cause. We all know that if we say things that are polite, the people who are listening will be happy. But if you say hate comments, those who hear will be defensive or hurt. Thus, by going with the right view, if we are neutral, we shouldn't be saying things that are positive or negative. Many times, Buddhist books and phrases emphasize doing things positive, but the tricky part is sometimes that is also with your color eyeglasses. Let me give you an example, one simple example. This was something that I learned when I was in Japan during the East Japan earthquake that happened in 2011. I was working at the administrative headquarters in Tokyo for Soto mission, and I had a few opportunities to volunteer and help out the people on the east side of Japan where the earthquake had devastated them. Everyone was struggling to recover from the devastation. One thing I learned from this experience was that never say "頑張ってください" to the people. "頑張ってください" literally means do your best, or we have hopes that you're able to recover. We're behind you. But for me and those who were just helping, we had all the right intention or just wanting to encourage them that this is just a phase or temporary phase and soon it'll be over, so hang on tight, right? But I also learned that they were already doing their best. In their mind, these phrases only meant, you want me to do even more than what I can do? Some people were feeling disappointed that others aren't even considering their effort worthy. And some would even feel angry, saying, you don't even understand what we're going through, right? And you think words can comfort us. But in reality, how you say it, where you say it, who you say it to, the meaning could be different, although it's the same words. So the lesson I learned is that my intention, which I felt that I was doing it with the right cause or with the right or correct intention, was not always the case that it equals the other person's interpretation. We should make the best effort to be doing things with the right intention, but always remember the right view. Right speech is the act of saying the right thing, kind of like the previous. Like the previous example, my words at times were not the most encouraging word, but at the same time, it also meant do not say things that you know will hurt the others as well. Okay, let's go a little bit faster. So right action is acting in a way that is benevolent, peaceful, and compassionate. Right livelihood is acting in a way that is honest and beneficial to others. Right effort is directing our effort in the correct manner so that we don't rock the boat in negative ways. 7 is right mindfulness. Means we should always be in the present, appreciating what we have and the freedom we have rather than being distracted about past mistakes or worries about the future. We do what we can right now. And lastly, right concentration is the ability to concentrate on the correct path and understanding that path. Without proper concentration, it is hard to find peace and harmony within oneself. Now, when we combine all of these 8 truths that the Buddha laid the foundation to, we can see a grand picture of how we can overcome the suffering of this world. With ourselves being ego-centered most of the time, we cannot see things without one's own filter, causing unnecessary pain in this world. When you have ill intention, you will suffer from your own misdoing. If you say things, act in ways not being beneficial to all, others, directing the wrong effort in ways, not being in the present and focusing too much in the past or the present, past or the future, and not being able to concentrate on all the correctness of this world, one will never find the inner peace to be free from the suffering of this world. It all boils down to the suffering of this world is a perception created by one's own ego. And by being able to control oneself, you are able to liberate from those suffering. And the answer to that is the Eightfold Path. So this was a little long episode and I didn't get to cover everything, but I hope you have a clearer understanding of how one can liberate from suffering of this world and understand the cause of these sufferings. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below. But if you enjoyed or got something out of this episode, please hit the like button. And if you like to see more of these content, please consider subscribing. And you know I read every comment, so if you want me to go deeper into any of these, like I said before, please feel free to comment below and I'll answer them. And I would love to have this conversation with you, so please do so. And also, I have our temple homepage below. So if you're interested in where I come from, you can click the link below and maybe even consider making a donation to our temple. It will be greatly appreciated. And I hope you have a safe and wonderful weekend, and I'll see you at the next video.